What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103, and welcome to the channel that covers the best team in the world. Where today we're going to be doing the match analysis from the match yesterday between Real Madrid and Barcelona, where Barcelona yet again had another historic evening at the Santiago Bernabéu with another 4-0 victory. You can take a look at some of the tactics from this match, some players' individual performances, analyze the team, the mentality, and also discuss 5 key things that we did learn from this match as well. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get to 200 likes in this video. It would be very much appreciated. And also, if you are new, make sure you subscribe down below if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Now, before we get into this video is sponsored by Number One Foot. Number One Foot is by far the best replica jersey website on the market, and it's not even close. They have a variety of different items at the absolute best prices. They sent me 2 kits recently. First one is the retro Barcelona kit, the home kit, which I'm currently wearing right now, and also as well the second kit for that season in the blue edition. Oh my god, like, the stitching is fantastic, the quality is, superb. Feels like I have the actual, original kit for a fraction of the price. And if you use the discount code BOY at checkout, you do get 10% off your order. That's BOY. Use it at checkout, and all orders above $80 as well will receive free shipping. So what are you waiting for? Hit the top link in the description down below and get your new football kits today. Now, the first thing that we've learned from this match is how Hansi Flick is always adamant and concrete on the philosophy that he plays for his team and will not change to adapt to any team in the world. Now, if you take a look on the starting lineup for you on the screen right now, again, the same lineup as Bayern Munich and a very well selected team from the manager. You can also see the silver score ratings as well, with Barcelona as a team getting a 7.36, which I believe was higher than the Bayern Munich game, which again shows the dominance of Barcelona in this match. Now, if you take a look at the average positioning of the players, on the left hand side is the starting lineup, and on the right hand side is with the substitutions coming in. Now, firstly, on the left hand side, you can see again how narrow Barcelona are playing, with the wingers really holding their width in this game, especially the fullbacks as well. In the second half, on the right hand side, you can see the changes with Olmo and Frankie coming in. Love to see how Frankie is playing a bit more advanced, as he was playing alongside Casado for a bit, and then Pedri later on, which again shows the balance that he did play, and of course Olmo occupying that 10 position. I like how Raphinha as well is now more on the left hand side, teetering on the left hand side than normally he would be, essentially almost basically beside Lewandowski for the majority of the game. Now, take a look at these stats in this match. Barcelona finished with 56% of the possession, an XG of 2.46, big 6 chances, 15 shots in total, 4 saved by the goalkeeper, 3 corner kicks, 17 fouls, 452 passes attempted, 18 tackles, 15 free kicks, and 5 yellow cards. Now, you can see there the shot map on the screen as well in the middle there. A lot taken from multiple areas. I don't remember that many long shots being taken in this game, but of course some of them are going to be blocked. We of course had a total of 15 shots, with 7 being on target, 1 of them hitting the woodwork, 7 off target, 1 that was blocked, 7 that was inside the box, and 8 that was outside the box. And you can also see here the heat concentration of where the play was mostly taking place in this match for Barcelona. You can see there's mainly in the middle of the park, but favoring the right hand side, which I was quite surprised about. I felt like during watching the game, especially in that first half, a lot was getting moved on the left hand side. I thought Lamine had a quiet game for about the first hour, but the heat concentration says otherwise. Barcelona in this match also had 3 big chances scored, but also missed 3 big chances. It just shows that we were clinical in this game, but we could have been a bit more clinical. 2 through balls, 18 touches in the penalty area, 2 fouls in the final third. You can see on the left hand side of the concentration where the play majority took place in this game, you can see 43% was spent in the middle of the park, with 29% spent in the Barcelona half and 28% spent in the Real Madrid half. So Madrid had that 1% advantage. That's probably due to the first half, especially that first 10 minutes. But again, they couldn't do anything with it. Now, of the 452 passes that Barcelona did have, there was 380 of them that were accurate, with 14 through balls, 44 entries in the final third. We won about 77% of our duels in the final phase as well. We had 24 long balls completed and 3 crosses completed. Duels were quite even in this game as well, with Barcelona winning 56% of their tackles. Now, of course, the main story of this game is the offside. At halftime, Barcelona had 73 offsides drawn in this during this season, with 8 of course being in the first half. We caught Madrid twice with an offside goal. Vinicius had that huge chance as well that was going to be offside. He also had a chance where it would have been ruled out with the Chouameni tackle on Pedri. But this just is a testament to how Barcelona play. And again, a lot of teams complain, especially big teams that don't play well. They complain about a lack of style, a lack of philosophy. And to be honest, Real Madrid have, since Carlo Ancelotti has been the manager, just to get results, just that, he lifts the eyebrow, they score last minute goals, but they have no identity, they have no philosophy, they have no style. Their team is just Galacticos, where they just play out the big players and just have a manager who can control them, and then they go out there and get results. But with Barcelona, you see something. You know the philosophy, you know the identity, you know the style of play. We're going to play it week in, week out. You know the frailties of it, you know where it can be exploited, but you know the strength of it as well. And that's always something calm as a fan as well, to know that you won't be surprised about the style of play or the approach to matches. And we saw that in this game as well. I want to bring up as well just the starting lineup here again, where again it picked itself. We were only questioning the one midfielder. And again, we saw in this game the composure and the elegance of this team to hold certain positions. Again, Barcelona have the 5 P's, pass, play, positioning, and we're seeing Hansi Flick implementing the positioning aspect of it as well. You don't see players moving around too much, unless of course we're in the final third, especially in that front four, where just all hell breaks loose. They're just roaming and roaming and roaming because they want to throw, of course, Real Madrid off. They want that 1 minute they'll find Lamine Yamal on the right hand side, next minute they'll find him on the left or in the middle, because he's always having that free roll in the final third. And again, because I know that for a fact, because Hansi Flick has that philosophy, especially with the Giga Press as well, off possession and in transition. It's just so clear, and the main thing is that Hansi Flick sticks to that. Pep is of course, Pep is the greatest manager of all time. One of his main things is that he always sticks to his style, his know-how, his philosophy, no matter what. 99% of the time works out for him. Sometimes it doesn't. Of course, remember the 2021 Champions League final with Chelsea. It didn't work out for him. He, of course, overthink it, playing, Kounde on the pivot or something crazy like that. Sometimes it works out for you. Sometimes it won't. And it will come a time this season where it doesn't work out for us, and we'll have to, look at it, criticize it, of course, learn from it, and implement it. That way we won't, fall for it next time. But having that is always a strong asset. Now, the second thing that we learned in this match, and finally about time we learned it, is that Iñaki Peña has the ability and has the skills to be Barcelona's first team goalkeeper. It's just now down to consistency. This is probably one of his best performances between the sticks, probably from last season, the one against Atletico Madrid, and that was pretty much it. It's probably his second big performance between the sticks in a big game as well. In the match, he got 7.3. So score rating, you can see from his heat map, of course, playing in goal. But I love how the heat map is surrounding the 18-yard box. Again, that means he's coming out of his goal, controlling the tempo and the phase of play in that area. In the match, he played 90 minutes, had 4 saves, goal prevention of .49, 1 punch out. He attempted 2 runs out, completed both of them. He had 2 saves inside the box, 41 touches, 76% pass accuracy, but only really misplaced 7 passes. He attempted 11 long balls, completed 5 of them, had 2 clearances as well. Look, when La Masia in Barcelona create talent, we know that the ability of it, and we know that they can have implications on the first team. And Iñaki Peña has had a very lucky, I would say, free ride at the first goalkeeper position for about a year now, where he hasn't taken that opportunity. Again, tonight he showed, or last night should I say, he showed how and why he can have that position. It is just now down to consistency, week in, week out. Seeing it, we cannot forget and highlight that goal line clearance as well from the offside chance of Real Madrid. I believe it was Bellingham that got the flick on that goal line clearance was exemplary. That was absolutely sheer and utter world class. But you just want to see it on a more regular basis. The goal that we conceded against Harry Kane that was offside, the one that was the header, should be saving that. Even in other games, the one against Sevilla, maybe should be saving that, especially at his near post as well. So stuff like that, where you can see now a performance like this from Iñaki Peña, okay, there's something to build off of, which again is what we're looking for. Szczesny now is probably going to have to wait a minute after this performance as well. We probably won't see him until the Copa del Rey in January, I would assume, especially now with Iñaki Peña having the backing. Flick gave him a lot of praise in the post-match press conference as well, keeping the clean sheet, and of course making important saves in the game. So, all the best to Inaki. I wish him nothing but the success for Barcelona. I just don't believe he has the ability to do it long-term and for a consistent period of time. But now it's done to him to prove us and me wrong as well. He's shown last night he has the ability to do it. We're just now asking for consistency. Now, the third thing that we've learned in this match is, again, the sheer and utter defensive ability of Inigo Martinez and how he is continuing to rise in this Barcelona team. In the match, he got a 7.8 SofaScore rating. You know how ridiculous that rating is, especially for a defender? You can see from the heat map, of course, plays as a left side center back, and you can see again from the heat map alone, the high line. See where that little, space is between that heated area? That's where you can tell that's where the players kept that positioning, of course, in the box, probably from corner kicks, defending and stuff like that. Anyways, in the match, he played 90 minutes, had 1 assist, of course, for the final goal for Raphinha, an XA of 0.15, 4 clearances, 1 total tackle. He had the 4 ground duels and won 3 of them. He had the 4 aerial duels and won 3 of them. Lost possession 7 times, committed 1 foul, fouled himself twice, 51 touches, 83% pass accuracy, only misplacing 7 passes, 1 key pass. He had 6 long balls, completed 3 of them, 1 big chance created, of course, and 1 shot off target, that header that was almost a goal. We have to talk about, by the way, as a defender, only committing 1 foul in the entire 90 minutes is disgusting. Look, I am struggling to see how Araujo and Christensen walk back into this team as center backs with the form of Inigo. Inigo has been unreal, and we saw this again last season. He had that consistency in that 2 months where I think Araujo and Christensen were out, or was it Araujo that was out injured, and of course we loaned out Eric Garcia last second to Girona. This is the ability of Inigo. Of course, we come up against Inigo so many times with his time at Real Sociedad, Athletic Club, and we know the ability of him. Last season he shows that he's a very reliable, third or fourth option, and now he's showing us how good he is as a starter. And I want to say that I would say that 45% of the reason why to his good form and the fluidity in the back line is that goddamn left foot. A lot of teams in the world of football don't have that bounce that Barcelona have. A right-footed right center back and a left-footed left center back. We have that unique ability, and again, just allows possession and the fluidity in the back line to flow so easily. Inigo, like I've mentioned a lot on the channel, and I'll say it again, he is a raw, natural defender. His first instinct is when in doubt, boot it out. Then you have Kubarsi, that's kind of the Barcelona mindset of a center back. Okay, pass out, reset play, find the spaces, where Inigo isn't like that. Of course, he has the ability of that, but that's not his first mindset. And having that balance between the two is so exemplary. And we're seeing now with Inigo Martinez his rise. He is right now undoubtedly, without a shadow of a doubt, top 7 center backs in the world. I said he was top 10, 2 weeks ago. He's now creeping into top 7. I fail to see someone bring up, 2 or 3 defenders for me that are better than Inigo Martinez this season. And no one would have thought that at the beginning of the summer. Everyone's saying, oh, bin him, keep McAlfe, and look at the decision that Barcelona had made in the end. I think it mainly came down to McAlfe having value and Inigo not, but still, the fact that Inigo is coming in here, making a mainstay for Barcelona, being in the prime of his career right now for this club, is only a pleasure to watch. And he's been nothing short of a warrior for Barcelona this season, leading that back line and leading the defense into important results. And again, he's the one that's instructing that high line as well. You watch it, you see the replays as well when they replay the offside. You're seeing he's the one that with his finger out, pointing, telling Kubarsi to stay forward, telling Kounde to watch the line, Young and Alejandro as well. He is the leader in the defense. Now, the fourth thing that we've learned from this match, we talked about the warrior of the team, and now we're going to discuss the engine of the team in Marc Casado. Again, one of Xavi's biggest mistake, I think, now, in my opinion, as a manager, is not him hiring his brother, his friends, and his backroom staff, or him being so emotional on the pitch as he is a Barcelona fan and he loves the club. It's the fact he didn't give Casado a run in that 6-month period last season from January until, May. That was beyond criminal, and you can see it again. His first Clásico as a Barcelona player, of course, in the first team. 7.4 SofaScore rating. You can see from his heat map, getting all over the gaff. In the match, he played 65 minutes, had 1 assist. Can we talk about that assist? I am still not over. I've watched it about 9 times now, and it makes me smile, and it makes me do crazy stuff every single time. It is just ridiculous. 70 touches, 80% pass accuracy, only misplacing 10 passes. He had 1 key pass. He attempted 7 long balls, only completed 1. That's quite poor on his side. 1 big chance created. Attempted 11 ground duels, 1-5. He committed 4 fouls, fouled himself 3 times. He also had 2 clearances, 2 interceptions, and 2 total tackles. How is he this good? Because he was raised and born through the system. In about the 25th minute of the first half, Casado was on the ball, and he's just doing a little toe poke on it. He's just sitting and dancing on it. When I saw that watching the game, I'm thinking, the confidence and balls and cojones on this kid is ridiculous. This man's rocking up at the Bernabéu against Madrid in a huge game, the most anticipated Clásico since Messi versus Ronaldo, and he's sitting there juggling the ball in the middle of the pitch. Staggering. And by the way, his yellow card was criminal as well. It was a very poor counterattack from Madrid, but again, the referee on their side. I am very, very scared that Casado is going to get dropped from this team, surely on name. I feel like in the end, Flick is going to favor a midfield three of Frankie, Pedri, and Olmo. But taking out Casado from this team is criminal. He is, I would say, alongside him and Raphinha are probably the two most, maybe Pedri, are probably the most important players for this team. This is the player that we were missing last season. This is the player that we have been twerking and praying for summer transfer window after summer transfer window, and he's been put on us on a lap. And by the way, do not forget, Marc Bernal was starting ahead of Casado, which shows the ability of Marc Bernal. So when he comes back, we're going to be flying. Do we need a pivot now? Probably not. And Casado continues to show that. He was world class against Bayern Munich, world class against Madrid. He is proving so many people behind the scenes wrong who did not back him. A lot of the board members as well are looking to mush him on. But credit to those board members who wanted to keep him over Sergi Roberto. That was also a big debate last summer. Do not forget that. He was fighting for a first team spot ahead of Sergi Roberto. But who gave him the nod? Hansi Flick. Casado came out and said that Flick called me in the summer, saying that he likes me, he backs me, he wants me to be a first team player. And since then, I renewed my contract and I had full commitment to the club. It was the call of the mister. He does not miss, apart from Gerard Martin. But again, Casado, absolutely unreal. Dropping out of this team is going to be very, very hard. And you even could say borderline criminal. And the fifth and final thing that we've learned from this game is how Lewandowski is leading this team to what he promised when he joined Barcelona. And that is that 6 UCL. In the match, you got an 8.4 difficult rating. You see this from his heat map. All over the gaff yet again. Dropping in, hold up, play in the box. Just ridiculous. In the match, played 90 minutes. Had 2 goals. XG of 1.25. 2 shots on target. Hit the woodwork once. Missed 2 big chances. That is the killer for me, man. It could have been an even better evening than it was. 35 touches, 54% pass accuracy, 10 to 13 passes, which again is very, very low for a Barcelona player, wherever you're playing on the pitch. 1 key pass, he had the 8 ground duels and 1-5, 2 aerial duels and 1-1. Lost possession 9 times, committed 1 foul, was fouled himself 4 times, and also had 4 clearances as well. Look, what Lewandowski is doing right now for Barcelona is what we paid the big bucks for. He's been nothing short of a world-class signing for Barcelona. Again, that front line of him, Raphinha and Lamine Yamal just keep going, keep scoring, and he's the one leading it. He is the one that creates the space, creates the danger, movement, confuses defenders for Lamine Yamal and Raphinha to have the space that they already, the more space that they have. With Lewandowski, he is a Champions League away, in my opinion, now to being a Barcelona legend. I mean, he has now had 2.5 seasons. Scoring goals for fun, carrying this team a lot. I would say from the World Cup until the end of the double season wasn't that great, but apart from that, he's been fantastic and he continues to do so. And again, if he carries this team to big trophies this season, he might be considered in that category. I mean, he has probably the best hold-up play I've ever seen at Barcelona. I think his hold-up play, the only thing that he does better than Luis Suarez, in my opinion, is his hold-up play. Although Luis Suarez's hold-up play was still very, very good, but Lewandowski for me is on another planet. And all you can ask for Lewandowski now is just to be more clinical. He is scoring a lot of goals, but he also is missing a lot of chances. We saw last season how he get 2 chances in the game and miss both. Now he's getting 4 chances in the game, scoring 2, missing 2. The open net one was criminal for a player of his caliber. But you know what? He got over the line. That finish for the first goal is, that should be illegal for a striker to score against, Madrid, Clásico, Bernabéu, 1v1 from almost outside the arch. I think it was just inside the arch, which is like about 19 yards out. Bangs it in. It's just ridiculous. And he is the one that I believe can get Barcelona over the line this season. That is how, important he's been. And again, since Flick managed him from before, we're seeing now the Lewandowski from his prime in 2020 when he was, a Ballon d'Or contender, UEFA Player of the Year, winning the Golden Boots left, right, and center. That was, of course, under the stewardship of Hansi Flick, and we're seeing a lot of that 2020-2021 Lewandowski in this team for Barcelona. And just to end off this video, I do want to spear and just talk about my emotions, my thoughts on Barcelona, what to expect for the rest of this season very, very quickly. We're on an absolute high, of course, from this huge week that we did have 3 wins out of 3, 14 goals scored, 2 conceded, 30 points in La Liga, 6 points clear of Real Madrid, 10 wins, 1 loss. If we just didn't lose to Osasuna. And again, the 2 losses we did have this season, Monaco, 10 men very early on. We still competed. Osasuna, half the squad rotated. We almost, competed, especially after that, okay start to the second half. Again, like I mentioned a lot, we are now, in my opinion, the best team in the world on current form, and I've never said that since 2019. I've never felt this way. Even under Xavi, I thought we were great. I thought we were one of the best teams in the world when he came in, especially in that first 6 months and in the double season. But I honestly feel like we can go against any team in the world right now and win. Man City, Arsenal, Madrid, we've done it. Bayern, we've done it. Inter, whoever it may be. I think we don't win, but we could cook everyone at this point. And again, it comes down to what I brought up at the beginning of the video. Philosophy, style, and having an identity. And it's only up from here. Again, I wouldn't go crazy. Yes, we had a fantastic week, one of the best weeks I've had as a Barcelona fan. But again, nothing's won quite yet, and we're gonna have to go on that road to recover, that road to victory. Hopefully in the new year when we have the Super Cup, Copa del Rey, Champions League knockout rounds. But we are showing that we are on the path to achieving something great this season. Now, I did tweet just before the Sevilla game, I think the day before on Saturday, that if Barcelona win all 3 games comfortably as well, I believe, and I would bet on Barcelona winning the quadruple. We've done that. We've won the 3 games very, very comfortably, especially with the scorelines adjusting it as well. I think now we are on track to at least win 2 trophies. Can we do all 4? Yes. Could we go trophyless? Yes. That's the reality of it. I've seen Barcelona have, peak moments and then capitulate as well, but this team is doing something different. They have the mentality change. Look at Lamine Yamal coming out after the game showing confidence. Raphinha, Lewandowski, Casado as well. Lamine Yamal posting about the mission accomplished, celebrating, with the chill, calma. This team is now showing not only the mental strength, but also the cojones as well, to back their talk, to back their play. They believe in it as well. Talk about not only Flick revelation, but also the team as well being more of a unit than it ever is. But again, all I want to see now is armpits in the air, and hopefully, and I'm very, very confident, and I believe we will achieve that. So that's a match analysis from the match yesterday between Real Madrid and Barcelona in El Clasico. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, of course, make sure you drop a like down below, and of course in the comments down below as well, let me hear your thoughts on everything that we did discuss. My voice is absolutely shattered, but I could not be more over the moon. As I just mentioned, this is the best I felt as a Barcelona fan since Messi banged that free kick against Liverpool in 2019. And may it long this feeling continue during this season. But again, nothing is won quite yet, but we are on the road for trophies this season. And I'll see you guys then for that, and also next time on the channel. Take care, and Forza Barca.